So I do feel like this shirt makes me look a little bit like a Victorian child, but it's fun and it has a lot of buttons, so I'm not taking it off. Hi everybody, my name's Hannah. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming my 2021 releases. I honestly almost said 2020 again, and I wrote down 2020 because I don't write the date enough, and I forgot what the whole purpose of this video was, but I did. I started a new notebook this morning. I actually started two new ones today and yesterday because my other one was all full up, and I know that wasn't proper English, but it's what I said and I'm gonna stick by it. But I have a list and some synopsises of the books that I'm excited for in 2021 because when I did my TBR video, which was my last upload, trying to think on the fly and just like look at stuff on my computer does not work for me. It makes me seem quite stupid. So I think I have maybe like 12 to 15 books, which is a lot more than I thought I would have, but they're gonna go in somewhat chronological order at this moment on the 20th. They might change at any point, but this is what is happening right now, and these are the ones that I'm excited about. The first book that I'm excited about is The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. I love this cover. It is so beautiful. I am going to pre-order this one because I want it, but this comes out February 9th, and this is a high fantasy that almost reminds me of The Poppy War in some ways, and I love The Poppy War, so I'm hoping to really like this one. In the society in this book, when girls turn 15, between their 15th and 16th birthday, I believe, they are cut to see if their blood is red or gold, and our main character, her name is Deka, I don't know how to pronounce that for sure, but I'll go with both. When she's undergoes this ritual, I guess, her blood is gold, and the men that run the society that she lives in end up torturing her for like a week because of just whatever properties that her blood gives her makes her stronger, more powerful, almost impossible to kill. So she either dies or comes back, or nearly dies and comes back. And after a week of this, a woman breaks her out, tells her that she runs or knows of a school where girls like her go to train to become like assassins for the king, which just seems so awesome. I don't know if this one is going to be a series. I feel like when I looked at it, it did not say, but it also hasn't come out yet, so I don't know what that situation is. I'm really excited for this book. I've been getting somewhat more into specifically YA fantasy, but I'm really excited for this one. Another book that comes out on the 9th is The Bride Bet by Tessa Dare. So this is the probably last book in this series. I can't remember what the first one was called actually. So this is the last in like a group of friends who apparently with one of her childhood rivals, they said, you know what, in 10 years, if neither of us is married, we're gonna marry each other. And he comes back into her life and says like, it's been 10 years, neither of us are married, we're gonna get married. That's what I have about this one. I've read this entire series, and I do still stand by the fact that the second one is my favorite book, but I do think that these can be read out of order, so if you want to read the second book, do it, because that one's my favorite. So another book that comes out February 9th is A Lady's Formula for Love by Elizabeth Everett. This is a historical romance about a woman who is a scientist who runs like a secret science society for women, and the man who becomes her bodyguard whenever her lab is broken into. And I'm excited for this one. I don't know if I saw any ARC reviews of this one, but people seem to be pretty excited about it. It seems like fun. Tessa Dare meets Lisa Kleypas meets STEM. The next book that comes out in February, and the last one that I have, is Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J Maas. This comes out the 16th of February. Am I excited for this one? Maybe. We're undecided. But it's set in the same world as the ACOTAR series. This is the 4th book in that series, which are right here. I did really enjoy these books, but this is following the main character's sister and involves fairies and magic. And I do like this world, but I don't know how the rest of the series is gonna go. They can be hit or miss for me as far as Sarah J Maas goes. I have not finished whatever this book is called of the 3 names that it has. What is it? I don't know. But I did not like the Throne of Glass series. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll be motivated to read it, unlike this one, but I don't know. Too many pages. On March 9th, A Rogue to Remember by Emily Sullivan comes out. This is another historical romance about a girl whose uncle says that she has to get married, so she decides to like create a scandal for herself, and after she does this, she thinks that she's fine, she doesn't have to get married, and then her childhood best friend, or like someone that she knew who she used to create her scandal, shows back up at her door and is like, no one believed that, also your uncle is dying. So they have to travel back to her childhood home and love will rekindle. I don't know. Okay, the next book that comes out March 9th is Act Your Age, Eve Brown, which is the 3rd and probably last book in the Brown Sisters series. I'm still reading Dani Brown, so don't at me. But this one follows Eve, the youngest sister, who kind of has a reputation as being like the wild child, the screw up a little bit. So she goes and interviews to be a chef at a bed and breakfast, doesn't get the job, but then somehow ends up hitting the owner with her car. So while he's recovering from his accident, she's there, I guess, helping with the bed and breakfast. And I think it's like one of the grumpy sunshine tropes, which I'm kind of excited about. I feel like I don't read enough of those in the contemporary realm, and I do really like these books, so I'm excited for that one. Okay, last book for March is The Devil in Her Bed by Kerrigan Byrne, which I do have an arc of and I'm really excited to read. This is the 3rd book in a trilogy that she wrote. I actually have I have the first one right here. This is my favorite book of, I haven't read all of them yet, but this is my favorite of the 2 that I've read, and probably one of my favorite books of like 2019. And I've actually gotten arcs of all 3 books, which is really cool. Just like a really fun thing for me. But we are following the last in a group of 3 friends, and she is trying to figure out who killed her family. And in the description and in some of the reviews that I looked at on Goodreads, you don't know who her love interest is. He works for the Crown in like the Crown's Secret Service, and I'm interested to see how their paths will cross, because she's looking for people and he's looking for people. So I'm just kind of, I don't want to put too much hype on it, but I'm excited. Now we're on April 6th, Twice Shy by Sarah Hogle comes out. She wrote You Deserve Each Other, is that what it was called? I can't remember. But this is a book about a woman who inherits her great aunt's estate, and when she gets there she has all these plans for it, but she meets the young groundskeeper who apparently has like completely different plans for restoration than she does. And it's another grumpy sunshine thing that I'm really excited to read, and I really liked Sarah Hogle's other book, even though I can't remember the name of it right now. There's a lot of things in my head, so I can't remember that one, but I'm excited. I really liked that one, so I want to see how this one goes. Okay, another April 6th is another historical romance, To Love and to Loathe by Martha Waters. This is a really cool cover, very like hip style. This is about a woman and a man who make a bet that he will get married within the year, or she has to pay him £100. And I guess midway through the year he hears something from one of his mistresses that makes him feel insecure, so he goes to the woman that he's in the bet with and says like, I feel insecure now, we should have an affair. And she's like, okay, because she thinks that it means he will lose the bet. obviously they're gonna fall in love. I'm just interested to see like what happens at the end of this bet. Another April 6th book is The Intimacy Experiment by Rosie Danan. This is a companion novel, even though I don't think it's a series because it didn't say it was a series, but it follows the character Naomi from The Roommate. Was it just A Roommate? Rosie Danan's other book. So Naomi helped co-found the startup, a very sex positive startup, and she's trying to lecture. She isn't able to get hired by higher education, and somehow she gets involved with a struggling rabbi who wants to kind of revamp his synagogue. I don't know. His congregation. Are they a congregation? I don't know. But so they team up together, and I'm excited. Naomi was like a really cool character. I didn't love The Roommate. I had a couple issues with it, but hopefully since it's a different situation, different couple, and later time period, that it will be fine and I won't have any issues. The next book comes out April 20th, Lover Unveiled by J.R. Ward. Somehow there always seems to be a J.R. Ward book in my anticipated reads because she writes a shit ton of books. All in the same series or in the same world. We're at definitely book, I thought we were farther, but this is book 19 and it follows a vampire MMA fighter. I was looking at the comments on the Goodreads page. Apparently nobody knows who the main character or the love interest are, but I'm so excited. I feel like I never know who anybody is in this world. Morgan was reading book 4 and I was like, oh, it's these people, and she's like, no, it's not. And I was like, that was a long time ago. I read those a long time ago, and there's a shit ton of these books, so I don't feel bad. The next book, we're gonna skip a little bit ahead to September 21st. The next TJ Klune book comes out. This is called This is called Under the Whispering Door, and Riley Marie in her Goodreads pre-review, I guess because no one has read it yet, said it was a ghost who refuses to cross over and the ferryman he falls in love with. And so I'm just really excited. I really like TJ Klune's stuff. The cover is similar to House in the Cerulean Sea. I can't remember, but very similar covers. Apparently not in the same world, but I'm excited. I'm excited for that one. And then the last book that I'm excited about that I made in this list, there are many that I'm excited for, but the last one that I put on this list is Motel by Penelope Douglas. This does not have a release date, it does not have a cover, it does not have a synopsis, but from the comments that I saw, it's about the motel owner from Birthday Girl. I did not really like Birthday Girl, but hopefully I'll like this one. When I saw that it was about the motel owner, I really was intrigued and kind of excited about it, but I saw some comments where people were like, Penelope Douglas, PD, I'm in charge of you, stop writing threesomes. And I was like, girl, what is wrong with you? Why do you care? No one's making you, I don't know. So those are my feelings. That's the end of this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.